going on? Mr. Dave here on the rock pile up here on the monster Alpine job. And we are continuing the process. We are blowing on the texture coat. And wanted to show you guys a little bit about what that is all about. Let me explain to you. Oh, by the way, for those of you who never watched the end of my videos, I always try to tell you, be thankful and be great, have gratitude and forgiveness. So always be grateful, think about things you got now where you don't got, and forgiveness is good too. If somebody's a bonehead and they picked on you, said something stupid, or they voted the wrong way, try to forgive them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're different, but we all bleed red. All right, guys, so let's, oh, and get to know Jesus. You need to get Jesus in your heart. All right, he's coming back, take us home, but you got to clean out the gunk and junk in you, and there's no other way to do it. He is the pathway to being in the presence of perfection, which is God. So all right, there at the beginning of the video, there you go. So let's talk about the blown on texture coat, which we're using a Graco pump. There's a name for it and I can't remember what it is, but anyway. So my little technique is using that fog coat stuff, and you can kind of see the color of it right there. It's a different color. This has been done. We sprayed it on, we throw it on, and then we trowel things down and brush them, and we get this nice texture. I don't know if the camera is focused perfect on it or good, but you get any color you want. You usually have a orangey brown, and then a green, and then a cream coat, which is lighter. I guess this is, maybe that's more of the green coat. So over here we have the sidewall of the entrance rock, and this is what that's all about. All the color is the fog coat again, and you can use that. It's a stucco product. You could, I think you could use color hardener too. I'm thinking about trying that as well. It's a powder. We just fling it on there and then try and establish some cracks. Challenging a little bit because there's a curved, rounded area, and a lot of times stones crack in direct fault lines. But anyway, so we blew our second coat on today, and this is what it looks like. I did a little bit on the outside here, and it lumps and clumps a little bit, and it's still got some softness to it. I've got a little hand pump sprayer where I'm going to walk around and spray areas that are getting the sun direct, like this whole big monster rock right here. That's ready for me to see if I can reach around backwards. And what we do is we knock it down. I just try to get rid of the spit marks a little bit, but I like the texture, so I don't want to go too far. And I like to get the angles a little more distinct, so I'm hitting it from both sides, and that gives us that little point right there, which shows an edge to the rock. You can see some of our previous cracks that went in, and I have other videos that just shows. So you kind of follow it. You kind of do the little wiggle thing at the end of it. Pretty simple. Between rocks, you want to open that up. You know, carve that out a little bit, get that opened up a little bit. So it goes on thick on the upside down parts. Whoa, it's even goopier. This right here was a little tiny shelf, but this material, when you can spray it with the Graco, you can make it thicker than the little hopper guy that I've shown you on other videos. So this thing, we added about probably 4 inches out from the edge, and it stacks if you go, you know, you just keep going and going, and if you stop in time it doesn't fall off, you'll be in good shape. So we get our little cracks in there. You want big cracks, you want little cracks, knock it down, knock it down. This is where you gotta, as I've said in other videos, you gotta release the Kraken. Release the Kraken. So this is, wow, you can hear that. Isn't that interesting? So that's kind of cool. So this is already getting dried out. You can see it's still creamy enough to trowel around. You could maybe get a crack going along here. There's peel-aways, there's fractures, there's fault lines. Somewhere in here is the valve that will regulate some of the water flow, so I got to clean that out. A lot of the steps get the overspray, so I'm gonna have to clean all this stuff off. You always do the steps afterwards. You got to walk up and down to do all your work, and you know, trowel things down, brush, finish out all this surface area. And so I do the steps by themselves, the treads, as they say. There's, I guess that's the riser, and then there's that's the tread. So there's a lot of overspray that came down there, but I'm going to open up all these cracks, get my brush, see if I can walk backwards and chew gum. You can see all my footprints down in there, which it's sticking to my boots. So again, you knock down the spits, keep your edges a little bit strong so you can see them, so they don't just mush out and go bye-bye. So let's see if I'll put my trowel in my pocket. So these are the kind of brushes I like to use. You can use whatever you want. And so this up here is dry enough so I can get it knocked down. So the brush actually takes some of the texture down, and you can do that without, if you haven't even done any troweling yet. See that? It's so simple. A monkey can do it, like me. Yeah. So if it's still too wet, let's see where it's too wet. That's kind of wet right there. If you start doing the brushing, you can see the little marks. So then you dab it, stipple it. I'm gonna make a little shelf there. I like to make little hand holes and candle placements on these things, just because that's pretty cool. There you can see some streaking and the stuff. But you can see all this needs to be troweled out. Accentuate the cracks, accentuate the corners of the rocks. Got to go all the way around this whole stairway going on up. And handholds right here, they just blobbed up. And those are for plants. We're using some artificial plants down in here, which is great. Then you don't have to worry about drains and all that stuff. So anyway, this thing is coming along. It's going to be awesome possum. So Mr. Dave here on the rock pile. Remember to be thankful and forgiving. As I said in the beginning of the video, get to know Jesus. He's coming back. He's going to take you home, and it's going to be glorious. Get the book, Imagine Heaven by John Burke. Read it every night before you go to bed. It will get you in the right perspective for the future. And the vast majority of our lives will be lived after we take our last breath here. Do you know that? So I want to be in the place that's awesome and cool. Infinite creativity, practically exploring things, building things, creating things, in a very beautiful place. Read the book. You'll find out what I'm talking about. All right, Mr. Dave here. DaveHenderson.podia.com to find out how we do this stuff, and www.daverhenderson.com for my blogs and links to other platforms to find out even more cool stuff. So, hope you're having a great day. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching my stuff, and until next time, learn, grow, become all that you can be. All right, we will see you on the rock pile next time around. Have a good one. God bless you guys. Bye.